What's going on, y'all? This is Mike Brown, and I just wanted to welcome y'all to this week's episode of The Art of Letting Go. It is the last episode that I recorded at the Frequency Free Studio with Spotify, so I hope y'all enjoy it. Also, while I have your attention, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to it. Also, leave a review. Let people know what you think if your streaming platform allows that. And May 19th, DatYogaDude, myself, we're putting out a meditation project. It'll be available on DatYogaDude.com and JustMikeBrown.com. So we in here, we rolling, and I feel like a radio broadcaster right now, or like Martin Payne, the insane Martin Payne. Shout out to Martin Payne. But we gonna try this like this. Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go, live from the Spotify studios. Man, this has been an experience of a lifetime. Like, I never imagined that this podcast would be here, in this space, and just experiencing it in this way. I just started doing this by simply just needing to express myself more than my writing was doing, more than, and maybe not more than, because I was going to say more than my music, but maybe not more than, but a different way. And it's taught me so much, like just trying something different. And, I feel myself almost like yoga, taking it off the mat and carrying it into real life. And a lot of the work that I've done on this podcast, everybody tell me it's about the consistency and all that shit. I just needed something consistent in my life to get off feelings. I don't know what that is for you, but I hope you find that, man. Like, this shit is really dope and it's fun. Podcasting is fun. It is. And it should be. I talk to people sometimes and everybody has their reason for getting into anything. And I can tell you, anything you do, not just music, not just podcasting, but anything you do, if you're not passionate about it, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is why I feel the way I do about, educators and shit like that. Because it's like, man, like, you really have to love that shit to do it. And I don't mean to call it shit, but it's beautiful to me to see people that really care about, the job that they are doing. And not to say that I don't care, but I'm not as passionate about that as I am this. You know what I mean? I would give everything to this. And I see people that would give everything to being an educator, like everything they have, and I really do feel like people that want to be that and do that deserve these positions, like, get the fuck out of the way for somebody else, if that's not what you're trying to do, and that's anything you're doing. Get the fuck out the way and let somebody else have that, So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting out the way. So somebody that really wants to teach children music could really do that. Because I've enjoyed my time. But man, I really wanted to get on here and just talk to y'all about this experience. I've been so inspired just being here, walking in the door. I felt like a child again. I felt like my child self, just being excited and being happy and feeling just so natural in my element. I felt a lot of things being here, but I'll just break it down for y'all. The first day I was here, just walking in and seeing my picture and seeing my name, like that shit, that shit threw me off a little bit, but I received it and it felt good and it made me laugh and it made me smile just because, I have always been me and I've always felt like me and I still do. and just to see me shining in that way, you know, it felt good. I ain't gonna lie, shit, it felt good. And it's still making me smile just thinking about my reactions to the things, like really taking time to experience those things in real time and recognizing, like, yeah, that shit was exciting to me and it feels good. And I've had the opportunity to just meet such amazing people, amazing creators, you know, man, man, it's this has been really special. And, you know, even because I'm independent. I'm doing this by myself. I don't have no team with me. I don't have no marketing. I don't have nothing. This is all just me doing this by myself and y'all supporting me and listening and pushing this shit and spreading this shit further than I ever could. So you know what I mean? So y'all supporting this and supporting me has really helped me get this far, and I want to keep going. And I know that I have to grow. Like, this has showed me that I have to grow, and I'm excited to just grow. And in not only this, but just in my life. Like, my life feels really good right now, and I keep saying that because I have to remind myself that, you know, even when I don't feel it, you know, even when it don't feel like it, is still good. Like, I'm still all right. Shout out to Me and the Bees Lemonade. It's so good. I do want to highlight that. But yeah, um, I've been recording episodes and just the equipment and stuff that they have here. Like, I'm looking at myself on a screen right now, and I'm looking very, very beautiful, if I must say so myself. But like, just the quality of it, and I get to see what this shit would look like if I had, you know, if I had the resources, and I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. And, you know, if y'all have any advice for me on just how to grow this podcast, like anything that y'all think, I would love that. Um, I'm kind of all over the place right now because just I'm still taking in this experience. So you probably not gonna get a real recap on it until I get up out of here. But yeah, I wanted to answer some questions from the listeners. I got a whole lot of. I put it on Instagram and Facebook, and maybe I should start putting it on here more. But I got some questions that y'all ask me, and I want to answer them. So, shout out to Eric Watkins. We came up with a theme song yesterday for this segment. It's called Ask Me a Question. So I'll start with the audio ones, and then I'll go to the ones that I took from Instagram and Facebook. But, you know, if you guys ever want to send me a question, you can send it to the email, theartoflettinggopodcast at gmail.com. I really like voice messages. I have a phone number, but I'm going to find an easier way to receive voice messages. But yeah, if you look in the description, there's a phone number that you can call. But while I look this up, I'll play our first question because I have to send myself the other questions. Okay. All right. So here is our first question. Let's see where it's coming from.
Hey, Mike. I just want to take this time and say congratulations. I hope you're feeling all the good energy and just the positivity surrounded by your hard work, the conversations you've curated and cultivated. Just want to say thank you and congratulations again because you deserve it all. I do have a question. What is the biggest thing that you realized you had to let go of before moving forward? And what are some steps that you took to, let go, overcome, and move forward.
Thank you, Mary Gold, for that question. Um, I would say the biggest thing that I've learned that I had to overcome was probably fear. And that's in every aspect of my life, whether it be, sexuality, creative, whatever it is. Fear has always been that one thing that has like just plagued me. And my ways of letting that go were, I would say, starting to define life for myself, you know, to understand what's right for me, what's wrong for me, and really living in that truth. When I first came out, I thought that the truth was like living in my sexuality and living in this. And it's like, nah, life is way more deeper than who you fucking. When I was young, I didn't understand that. Now I do. And, you know, every choice you make should be made in love and through love. And yeah, I hope that answered the question. Thank you.
Hello there, Mike Brown. It's your homegirl, Angie. So, I'd like to know, what would you tell, share, maybe give advice to your younger self? Maybe your 10-year-old self, 12, 13. And what would you say, share, give advice, or even want to ask your older self, your 50, 55, 60-year-old self? Yeah, that's it. Thanks for being an inspiration to us all. Love you. Bye.
Man, Angie, I love you too, and thank you for that call. Um, Something that I would tell my younger self in a way that he will understand is, man, fuck these people. Stop worrying about what people think and fucking do your thing. You fucking dope. You're amazing. Don't waste your time worrying about what somebody else has to say. Cause they ain't doing the shit that you doing. People not living your life. So keep going. And I love you. And something that I would ask my older self. I would ask my older self, are you still having fun? Because life is about joy and fun. And, I would just want to know that I'm still enjoying the ride. Yeah. Thank you, Angie. Let's see what we got next.
Hey, Mike. I hope today's treating you well. I couldn't send the message via the link because I don't have an Anchor account and I needed to sign in. But I started off by saying that I'm very proud of everything that you've accomplished, and I'm also proud to be able to call you a friend, because you're really just like the coolest person that I've ever met, and I have full confidence in saying that. You bring nothing but positivity, and you just have like this way about you that you can't help but be positive around you and calm, and I appreciate that from you. My question for you is, how are you in your journey without therapy? Because I know that we've discussed it before, you've discussed it before in your podcast, but just checking in with a friend. Have a good day.
Jessica, thank you so much for that question. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your friendship so much. I have rarely had close connections on on jobs just because I can be a little more reserved. I have a few friends I made through having a job, but man, I am so appreciative of your friendship, and I am doing well without therapy. You know, I experience things in life in real time now, but I feel like I have the tools to deal with all those things. You know, life always feels scary to me. I always feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but you know, I have the tools to kind of just be present and not be afraid of what's happening or what's to come. Thank you for that question.
Hey Mike, so I had to think of what I would like to ask you, and what I'm wondering is how your vulnerability in the podcast has led to you connecting in a more positive or open way with your family, because they may or may not have heard things that you talk about on the podcast that are super vulnerable and honest, that sometimes with our families we can or cannot broach. If you want me to put this in simpler terms, let me know. Love ya.
Thank you so much for that question, Allison. I would say that this has this has honestly helped me be more vulnerable with my family. If I could be vulnerable with this many strangers, like I know I could do it with anybody, you know. I'm not afraid to share myself, and honestly the vulnerability show like it's almost like walking in a room unguarded, and you know you just have to know that nobody's gonna shoot you. Nobody's gonna shoot you while you're down. But yeah, I'm starting to see my family, you know, even just be more vulnerable and expressing themselves. And, you know, it just kind of makes me think like the more I grow, the more everything around me grows, the more my family grows, the more, you know, my friends, you know, me. So as we all grow together, you know, I think it becomes easier to be vulnerable. Like it feels natural now. It doesn't feel unnatural. And it helps in setting boundaries.
Hey, Mike, what's going on, man? This is E-Rev from Houston. Congratulations on everything with the book and the podcast. Much success. Just had a question for you. I was wondering, throughout your trials and tribulations, almost 20 years now in the entertainment industry, what would be the thing you would tell a younger Mike Brown, something to look out for, or just tips on consistency or success? What would you tell a younger Mike Brown who I met in 2004? Thanks for all the support, brother. I love you.
Man, E-Rev, thank you so much for that question. Cause you've been on this journey with me for a long time. So I would tell younger Mike Brown to stop looking at himself like he's in the entertainment industry, because he's not an entertainer. He's an artist. And he needs to know that. And he needs to know that, you know, all the external validation that people made seem cool, made it seem important, man, that shit ain't real. The only shit that's real is creating your feelings and other people being able to connect to those feelings. Whether it be happy, sad, you know, excited, whatever it is that you are expressing, as long as it's being communicated and people are responding to it, that's all that matters. Fuck all that other shit. You know, don't let what somebody else is doing affect what you are doing. If it's doing it too much, take you a fucking break. Take some time to just stay in love with what you love. Don't chase money. It'll come to you naturally. What else would I tell him? And keep going. Don't stop. Don't fucking stop. Even when you feel like it, don't stop. But you know that already, because you feel this. You feel this inside of you. So don't stop. I don't give a fuck what nobody is telling you, who you think sounds good, who doesn't sound good, you know, what fucking contract you get. You know, don't be afraid to share yourself. Don't be afraid to be open. The opening is going to be what gets you through the fucking door, because when you open, you have the fucking key. Michael fucking Brown. Yeah. And I would have so many other things to tell him as well, but you the boy and you the shit. And you don't even need me to tell you that, because you know that. You feel that. And be that. And it's okay to be that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Be that. I hope that answered your question, Eric Revis. Oh, and I had some written down questions that I wanted to answer. Oh, we running long. I didn't know I was going to run this long, but I'm just running.
It's James Woods, a.k.a. That Yoga Dude, with Feel Free to Feel Free. My breathe time, my focus time, my mindfulness time, my meditation time, my peace time, my prayer time, my learning time, my sharing time, my stillness time. My time is valuable. The more I take the time to breathe, relax, chill, and focus, the more I get out of my time. Me having time to myself allows me to share it with the world. So let's just take time to breathe. 3 breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's just take time to be. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's just take time for peace. Breathe in. And breathe out. And as always, let's take time to feel free, to feel free. Peace.
Ooh, got a good question from S. S asked, how would you educate differently if you didn't have rules? Fucking fly. If I didn't have rules, I would. If I didn't have rules, I would not base grades on letter. I would also try to find out what kids are interested in, what they want to learn about, and focus that as their focal points of study. But also, I would have a lot of social and emotional learning in my classrooms, a lot of self-awareness being taught through the lessons. I wouldn't give a fuck about a kid learning PEMDAS. Oh, shit. Or what's the other one? The X equals negative B plus or minus the square root bullshit. I don't use that ever in life. I remember it though, but it's useless fucking memory. I would want kids to learn how to express themselves, like how to really say like, hey, I'm feeling like 13 things at once. I may not be able to put it in words for you, but let me draw you this picture that shows you like what I'm feeling. I want kids to be able to communicate through art clear as fuck. That's what I want. That's what I would do. I hope that answered your question. Thank you. Bathing Ape Wayne versus Ed Hardy Wayne. I think I'm going to go Ed Hardy Wayne because he was just way more swaggy. He was playing a guitar. We're talking about Lil Wayne, by the way, which the second question is also tied to Lil Wayne. Dedication 1 versus Dedication 2. I'm going to go Dedication 1 because that's how I was introduced to Currency. Those were like some of like my favorite fucking Wayne songs at that time. Young Money was like, I don't know what Young Money was like around the region of the world, but Young Money was the shit to me. I remember me and J Mike being in a dorm room and watching fucking Mac Main and Currency freestyling in a hotel room. I remember Currency pulling up to the school in a Jag. You know what I'm saying? I remember shit like that. So that whole time of that music is different. You know what I mean? Shout out to Young Money. When is your music coming out? That's a good question, listener, which is Eric Revis, Eric Watkins, who will be a guest on the show. We recorded an episode yesterday. But when is my music coming out? I don't know. I haven't really been focused on music, if I could be so honest. You know, I do a couple of things here and there, but I haven't been in the mindset of actually releasing new music. But maybe I should. Maybe I should get in that mindset because I've been feeling really good. It's a familiar place for me that I would love to continue to explore. I think I can call a guest. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to call a guest on the show to talk about this really quick. Sorry, y'all. My guest didn't answer, but I also had to call my next guest to come through. What was the publishing? Okay, so my next question is long story short for the music, it's coming. It's coming for sure. I'm gonna put out some music this year. I feel good right now, and I think right now is a good time to put out some music. So I'm gonna put out some music in the summertime. My next question is, what was the publishing process like, and recommendations? For the publishing process, I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't really hard. I think I was just slowing myself up with my fear, but I had a really dope editor. Shout out to Jasmine Walker to kind of walk me through the process of like step by step. Like, okay, you get the book edited, and me also not knowing too much about books, like I had to go back and add like, formatting of fonts and stuff like that. So it almost becomes like an art project when you really think about it, because yeah, you just got to make it fun. That's my biggest recommendation, is to make it fun. And a piece of advice I was given was, if you feel like you said everything you had to say, then your book is done. So always know when you're done, because, sometimes, we, at least me, I get caught up in how long things have to be, what they have to be. So don't get caught up in that. How are you taking care of yourself right now? I'm taking care of myself right now by going outside. I go outside. I wash my dishes almost every day. That's relaxing to me. Creating. I've been painting people. I want to have an art show in October. I would love if y'all came to my art show. I don't know. I'm taking care of myself, though. I do feel like I'm taking care of myself. I think I'm just being present. Like, being present is the thing that is really nurturing me right now, I would say. That's what it feels like, at least. What makes you smile when you are down? I think, again, going outside and creating really makes me smile when I'm feeling down. Sometimes just sharing space, like, it could be like a day I'm feeling down and I may not want to be talked to. I may not want to be, touched or anything, but like just sharing the same space with me and feeling someone's presence can really be enough sometimes. Also, like hearing other people's good news. I like to hear about what other people are doing and good things that are going on. Going outside and creating. I just had to say that again because I need that reminder. Have you found your purpose in life? Okay, so this is another question. I'm sorry, but have you found your purpose in life? Recommendations on how to go about doing it. Um, I don't even know what that means to find your purpose. Like I get it, and I understand. I've heard it before, but when I think about that, when you ask that, I don't know. I'm just living this life, and hopefully I'm living in my purpose. Hopefully I am. Like I've always felt like my purpose was to create and to help people, and I feel like I do both of those. But I don't know, and I think just going deeper into the things that feel right to me is leading me to my purpose. So I would say like just following your feelings could lead you to your purpose, and just thinking about those things that like feel right to you. Like what do I enjoy? I'll be honest. I've known since a kid that I wanted to like do music and write and shit like that, and that desire of music, I still have it, and it keeps driving me other places. It's like as long as I'm still on the road, and it's like I guess expression in art is my true like purpose, and I think that's why I've been on this road. That's why I've been on this road, and it's taken me down all these creative paths. Most fascinating guest. This is from my mother. Most fascinating guest and why? I don't know if I really had like a fascinating guest. I don't even know what the word fascinating means. Now, I would say some of my favorite episodes. I would definitely say the one with me and my mom was an amazing episode because that was like the most honest I ever heard her express herself. I would say the episode with Nesby Phipps was really dope. Anthony Valadez, just because those are people that I look up to. So like, for them to, come on my show and, just give game, like come on. Those were my favorite episodes. I would say a lot of the ones I do with James, Byron, the ones I do with my friends, Sean, me and Sean always have fucking great episodes. But yeah, I would say like if from a fan standpoint, for me, probably Anthony Valadez and my mama and Nesby Phipps. Like, yes, James Lott is always amazing as well. What comes to mind when improving relationships with friends? Ooh. When I think about improving relationships with friends, I would say that is just being vulnerable. I had this conversation today as well, and it's so crazy. It's coming up again, and I had it yesterday. But I have a really dope group of friends, and I think they are all dope because we all are very vulnerable with each other. We all give each other space to be that, and we all are that with each other as much as we possibly can, at whatever level we're at. But create safety, like creating safety for your friends, and your friends giving you safety. Like I know those things help in like very deep friendships and meaningful, valuable friendships. I probably could think of more, but those are the first two things. Like I feel like I love my friends because yes, they've been supportive in my journey, but they have given me the space to be my full self, and I give them the space to be their full selves, and that's important. Shout out to my friends. What advice would I give directly to? Promise I'm gonna bleep your name out. The advice that I would give to is to allow yourself to be open. I think that you can be a pretty open person. But I think with people that you trust and I don't know. I don't think that you're not open, but sometimes it does feel like you can be a little guarded and yeah, like that's the only thing I would really have for you, and just to like be open in general, like be open in your mind, be open in everything, man, and keep going. Like, you know, you are a really dope person, and I hope you know that. I hope you feel that. I hope you know that, because you do a lot of really dope things. Shit, I thought about having you manage me a while back, cause just because of the way you move, and I really respect that about you. And you like, I ain't known you that long, but you like one of my OGs. Just to keep it real with you, cause you're older than me. But yeah, man, just keep being you, and just keep going deeper into who is. Promise your name will be bleeped out. But yeah, y'all, this is Mike Brown. This was so much fun to do. I hope that I can continue to just keep y'all on this journey with me. Bring whoever you want to come on this journey with us. Bring them, because we going to the moon if you're ready. All right, y'all. This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Peace. Thank you. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of The Art of Letting Go. If you like what you heard, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to the podcast. Also, please leave a review. Let people know what you think. Let me know what you think. I check them out sometimes also. Also, if you want to support the show a little deeper, I do have a Patreon. Also, I do have merch available. And now, DatYogaDude and I have a project available. All of this is at justmikebrown.com, as well as thatyogadude.com. And the Patreon is the Art of Letting Go podcast. And, lots of cool stuff going on over there. Thank y'all for listening.